Good morning, and welcome to another frightening episode of Daybreak. I'm the Devil, otherwise known as Addison Deal.
And I'm Father Brandon Krasowski. Halloween is right around the corner, and we'll let you know how you can have a scary time here on campus.
At the end of the show, we also have a spooky surprise game planned. Keep watching to see what's in store.
But between the candy and costumes, we'll also keep you updated on your city and campus news.
Not to mention, our reporters are here to help you stay informed. We'll politismack this week's political news with Carlo Andreassi, and get Biospheric with Claire Lindsay, and get our sideline slice with reporter Samuel Parator.
Wake up and smell the coffee, Pittsburgh. Daybreak starts right now.
Welcome back. Here's your campus news, starting with your weekly weather update with Alexa Shawless.
Thanks, Addison and Brandon. I hope that you brought out your coats and jackets by now, because Thursday's high of 66 is the highest temperature we'll be seeing this upcoming week as we continue to make our transition into our winter weather. Likewise, with your coats, umbrellas would be good as well. It would be excellent to have around, as we'll be expecting rainfall nearly all week in short increments. Don't expect thunderstorms, but with the harsh combination of low temperatures and strong winds, light rain has the potential to feel just as harsh. Ooh. Next Monday and Wednesday, we will have a bit of sunshine, not so much so that it will be discounting the rest of our week's chills, but enough to keep Pittsburgh looking a little less gray and dreary than we've been seeing in the coming months. So hopefully we can enjoy our little suburbia here in Pittsburgh. Now, back to you, Brandon and Addison.
Cold weather and rain. Looks like snow's going to be coming soon.
I'm not looking forward to snow. I mean, with the snow, I get to wear my boots.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that there's snow. And driving in snow, they don't go together at all.
Not walking to class either.
Oh my God. No, I'm not looking forward to it, especially people that don't clear the sidewalks either.
Yeah.
It's the absolute worst. But
I agree.
You know, what can you do about it? Thanks, Alexa, for that update.
Now let's dive into the news that matters most, starting with this week's campus news.
The 41st annual WPPJ Radio Rockathon Festival is being held at Point Park University on Tuesday, October 26th through Friday, October 29th. The festivals include 67 hours of live broadcasts. Students donated $10 to host 1 hour or $20 to host 2 hours. No prior experience was required to host. Students can also participate in raffles, buy WPPJ merchandise, or make any kind of donation. All money will go towards the Early Learning Institution.
Looking for something spooky and fun to do on Halloween weekend? The Campus Activities Board will be hosting a Halloween dance on Friday, October 29th. The theme is Nightmare Before Christmas, and there will be a DJ, free food, and a photo booth. There will also be a costume contest, so make sure you dress up. The dance will take place in the Lawrence Hall Ballroom from 8 to 11 p.m., so make sure you show your spookiest dance moves. Be there or be scared.
The school communications will be hosting a virtual career fair on Thursday, November 11th. Students and alumni interested in fields such as journalism, graphic design, photography, public relations, and other related majors are encouraged to attend. This is a great way for students to find co-ops, internships, and career opportunities. The event will be held from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. on the Handshake platform. I don't know about you, but I don't think I could do 67 hours of straight broadcast.
It seems like a very long time.
Well, I'm hoping it's not the same person for 67 hours. I mean, I've never been to the thing before, but I'm hoping it does have a good turnout. And, you know, it's great that we're raising money for these...
The good cause?
Yeah, the good cause. You took the words right out of my mouth. After the break, we'll let you know about the Himalayan Culture Festival that's soon to begin in our city.
We'll also update you on Pittsburgh's upcoming mayoral election.
Plus, make sure you stick around for our special Halloween game. We're definitely excited.
Don't go anywhere, Daybreak. We'll be right back. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, and welcome back to News Night. most of the student body of the Pittsburgh Public School.
Some of the United States allies.
Thursday, the FBI was seen raiding.
Let's get started with today's forecast.
Today's high will only reach about 31 degrees.
It's looking a little cooler than we've seen in the past few weeks.
All this and more
All this and more
All this and more coming up on Newsnight.
coming up on Newsnight.
coming up on Newsnight.
Welcome back to Daybreak. We might be focused on Halloween right now, but Pittsburgh has had a busy week, and we'll let you know just what you've missed.
Without further ado, let's get to your city news.
Pittsburgh will be celebrating Himalayan culture through a Himalayan cultural exhibit and food festival. The festival will also be celebrating the Festival of Tihar, which honors the god of death, Yama, and the goddess of wealth, Lakshmi. It is presented and sponsored by the Himalayan Foundation, USA, and will feature many different activities, such as games, traditional dancing, a parade, musical performances, and much more. There will be many traditional art, jewelry, and historical artifacts on display. Taking place in Edgewood Field in South Park, the festival will begin on October 30th until October 31st from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day.
Election Day is next week, November 2nd. This year, Pittsburgh will be voting on the future mayor of Pittsburgh. There are two candidates running in the election, Democratic Pennsylvania Representative Ed Gainey and Republican retired police officer Tony Moreno. Current Mayor Bill Peduto was beaten by Gainey in the May primary elections. If elected, Gainey would be the first black mayor of Pittsburgh. Moreno originally ran in the primaries as a Democrat, but earned enough write-in votes to change his party to from Democrat to Republican. We will keep you posted on this very important election.
The Amman Recreation Center in the Pittsburgh Hills District opened up a technology learning center for students in the city. The tech center is full of laptops so students can have constant access to the internet and Wi-Fi. The center will provide coding and programming lessons to any students interested in the hopes that it will raise interest in Pittsburgh STEM careers in the future. The funding for the renovation was provided by the National Science Foundation, as well as the Pittsburgh Penguins and First National Bank.
You know, I think it's really cool how far Pittsburgh has come as a city. We've gone from being the steel mill city to being a technology innovative city.
There's a lot of STEM careers in Pittsburgh, and it's nice that they're trying to get kids introduced to it earlier.
And, you know, we can actually breathe now, and I don't really know how they
Yeah.
did it back then, where it was just you went outside and it was just smog.
Yeah.
I just couldn't imagine that. But hey, here we are now being a leading technology city.
Yeah.
Coming up after the break, we'll play a Halloween game that's sure to give you a laugh instead of a fright.
But up first, we'll hear from our reporters. We'll get our sports news in this week's Sideline Slice with Samuel Parator.
We'll get Biospiric with Claire Lindsay.
And we'll Politismack this week's political news with Carlo Andreassi.
Stay tuned, Daybreak. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Sam's Sideline Slice with Samuel Parator, but everybody calls me the boss. And I'm here to give you a slice of the action that happened this past weekend and what is to come in the land of sports. The Steelers may have been on a bye this past weekend, but Heinz Field was still rocking as 60,000 plus packed in to see then 23 ranked Pitt Panthers meet the Clemson Tigers in a key ACC matchup last Saturday. Clemson came in as a rare underdog as the odds closed at Pitt being a 3.5-point favorite heading in. Pitt would end up clinching a big win 27-17 and keep their spot atop the ACC Coastal Division at 6-1. Pitt's fifth-year QB and Heisman hopeful Kenny Pickett also had a great game, going 25 of 39 for 303 yards and 2 touchdowns, keeping his potential Heisman chances going. In the updated AP poll for this week, Pitt has jumped all the way to number 17, which is now higher than state rival Penn State, who dropped all the way to number 20 after a disappointing loss to Illinois 20-18 in 9 overtimes. Pitt will look to keep their momentum rolling as they stay at home and welcome in Miami for another key divisional matchup this coming Saturday, October 30th at noon. Going to the other team that calls Heinz Field home, the Pittsburgh Steelers are returning to action after the bye week as they travel to Cleveland for a very important divisional matchup against the Browns on Halloween this Sunday at 1. The Steelers seemed to get a little bit of rhythm back as they won their last 2 games before the bye, and the Browns are battling a plethora of injuries, but are also coming off a win last Thursday against the Broncos. The AFC North is starting to look like it'll be a very competitive division, so every game counts moving forward. Pittsburgh needs to find their stride and get a big win against Cleveland this coming week, or else they will have a lot of catching up to do. They also have revenge on their minds, as this is the first time these two teams have met since the Browns embarrassed the Steelers in the playoffs last year, so this for sure is looking like a big fight feel type of game. That's all for me on Sam's Sideline Slice. Now let's hand it over to Claire Lindsay for this week's Biospheric.
Welcome back. I'm Sam Manson, and this is Biospheric, letting you know what on earth is going on. Criminal activity has been taking place in the northeast waters around England. The victims of these crimes are crayfish, eels, and other aquatic creatures. Over the past 3 months, 20 illegal fishing traps have been seized from the waters of England. The traps are made to catch fish, but are subsequently killing off the white-clawed crayfish and European eels. There have even been reports of otters being killed after becoming caught in the traps. The Environment Agency of England considers these traps hazardous and horrific. They reminded the public that fishermen must obtain permission from the agency and landowners before setting any kind of fishing trap. Last week, rangers at the Kruger National Park in South Africa received a call tipping them off about a dead body. It was reported that to be on the land preserved for the wild game. After inspecting the body and the scene, the park rangers suspect the man was a poacher who was trampled to death by an elephant. Using the man's phone, which somehow remained intact, rangers have deduced that the man was accompanied by fellow poachers. They also suspect that these accomplices left the man after the accident and soon after made the anonymous tip. Police will continue to look for the remaining poachers. Luckily, no killed or maimed animals were found near the crime scene. That's all for Biospheric. Here's Carlo Andrease for this week's Politismack.
Welcome back to Daybreak. This is Politismack. I'm Esther Williams III. As we all know, the Biden administration has been hard at work trying to get an infrastructure bill passed. However, there have been many stumbling blocks in the way, namely this process has been interrupted by the effort to pass a reconciliation bill on top of what the Senate already passed with bipartisan support. Currently, this reconciliation bill is under negotiation among Senate Democrats, and the price tag has recently fallen from its original $3.5 trillion mark. Joe Biden had recently discussed during a town hall with CNN that the current state of the reconciliation bill is, as of now, both medical and family paid leave are off the table. This is due to concerns raised from Virginia Senator Joe Manchin that this infrastructure bill shouldn't include significant spending policies such as paid leave, as it is, quote, not the place to do it. With that being said, other Democrats in the Senate aren't budging on that compromise. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand of New York said that she will continue to fight to put paid family and medical leave in the reconciliation bill, as well as Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who said, quote, The problem with the members here who, although they are very few in number, think they have a right to determine what the rest of Congress should be doing, he said. And it is very clear that in both cases, the need to lower the cost of prescription drugs and the need to expand Medicare. So the animosity in the Democratic Party is only continuing, especially since Manchin is not yet satisfied with the cuts made to the bill, still wanting to cut certain provisions such as the billionaire tax and the expansion of Medicare to include dental care. With the more progressive Democrats supporting bringing the bill back to a $3.5 trillion mark, and Manchin and Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema still chipping away at the price tag, it could be a long while before we see this get out to President Biden's desk. But Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says that an agreement is, quote, within arm's length. And that bill will, regardless of price, be sufficiently progressive enough for all Senate Democrats to come to an agreement. That's it for your PolitiSmack update. Now back to our hosts.
Thank you, Carla.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with this week's Ray of Sunshine.
Plus, we'll be playing a super spooky Halloween game, so make sure you stick around.
40% of food in the United States is never eaten. At the same time, 1 in 8 Americans is struggling to put enough food on the table. Before you let your food go bad or throw your leftovers in the garbage, think about your options. To learn more about food waste and how you can reduce food waste at home, visit www.nrdc.org/issues/food waste.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Before we get into this week's Ray of Sunshine, we have a special game plan for Halloween.
Let's explain the rules and get started. So, we have this little box that we hid behind there. And this nice little box here has some cards. Halloween charades is what we're going to play.
Yes.
So I'm just going to pull a card, and we're going to hope for the best.
Yeah. Zombie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vampire.
Yes. Skeleton?
Yeah.
I was like, brain? Ow!
A werewolf?
Yes. Try again. Ghost?
Yeah.
Oh, last one.
Ooh. Reindeer?
No. I wish I had a prop.
Churning? Witch?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there. We did it.
We
made
did
through.
it. I hope you all enjoyed it. You guys had as much fun as we did. Before we say goodbye, we'd like to share with you this week's Ray of Sunshine.
In case this is your first time joining us or you need a refresher, Ray of Sunshine is our way of starting your day with a smile and an inspirational quote.
This week's quote comes from physicist Maria Curie. To keep you with our Halloween theme, the quote is about fear.
The quote reads, "Nothing in life is to be feared, it is to be understood." Makes sense coming from a very smart lady, and it's a good Halloween quote too. Don't be scared of any of these monsters.
Don't be scared of the box, because we had no idea it was in the box.
Yeah, it was a little bit scary.
But you know what? We still did it, and that's about the quote. You know, you have to just kind of live life and just don't be living in fear, you know?
Yeah.
But that's going to do it for Daybreak. Thank you so much for watching.
We hope you had a frightfully good time watching us. You can catch clips from all our previous Daybreak episodes on our YouTube at UView Television.
And make sure you check out our full episode and all of our shows from UView on our Point Park website, uview.pointpark.edu. Tune in next week for the news you need. I'm Brandon Krasowski, aka Father Krasowski.
And I'm Addison Deal, aka The Devil. Hoping your news is good news. Have a great day, everyone.